Hi there, this is Abdull Tarzi. Abdull Tarzi is my name. I was just gonna discuss a couple of things here about what's happening today. Well, we seem to still there's some things in the medical industry that's still wrong in medicine. There's things in the corona stuff, pandemic, cancer, TB. These type of names are cute, but it's very very painful. The names are wrong, and it may really cause a lot of pain, a lot of suffering for people. I don't think you should use those names. It's a very nice world. Look how nice your house is. Okay, look how nice the sky is. Look how nice. There's a car here. Look how beautiful this car is. Not a good car right there. There's a Buick right there. There's beautiful homes. Now the people are at work, but they're nice looking people. I'm here right here, and there's nice looking people. Now, for a human being, you don't use these type of words. Cancer, TB, AIDS, you don't use those words. For a car, you don't use cancer, TB, AIDS, and corona and all that stuff. For a house, you don't use those words. So you have to be careful, especially for a human, because you are a human. Who's doing it? It could be any crazy person can get a doctor today. It's the doctor is not the highest industry in the human care. It's probably there's a lot of industries out there, and they might be picking on the doctor or on the hospital or the nurse because she doesn't let us in. Now you know about your human body, okay? As more than doctor or as much a lot about your human body. You should not call yourself AIDS or Corona, TB, or any of that stuff. Okay, basically it's your body, it's me and you. We have to be careful about how you classify people. Humans still a very good life. You know, here's a tree. Okay, on a tree, see how it's nice and it's gotten very tall. The cars are pretty nice, like I said. Um, with a tree, you don't use those terms either, and that's why it's grown very well. I think it's a confusion. It's just a mistake possibly. You have to use better words. Like, what do you use for a car? Hey, that's a beautiful car. Or you have to say the same thing about a human. Hey, this is a beautiful human being. Or it's a nice looking tree. This is a nice looking tree. Or it's a nice looking house. Well, it's a nice looking human being. The human being how you classify humans is very important. Yeah, you have to be honest to see how this is dirty. You have to be honest. This is from an oil spill or a gas spill here. From cars make a lot of spills here, and you can say something negative about that. That this is dirty. This could cause some problems for breathing. You could still use honest words about people. Medical uses good words like if a human uses good words like if I'm lifting weights or if I can say my shoulder hurts or I'm walking too much, my legs hurt a little bit. You could use those. I have some problem with my eyes right now, and I can use those. They can help you as long as you can be more you can identify the place more what's happening. You know that's important. But today when I see on television or when you go to the doctor can't identify what's happening. I think they are pretty good doctors. They don't have enough people, but we want to see is a little bit more people. I want to see some more people in the medical field. Let's say you have a percentage of people in healthcare that we don't have. Let's say, but well, for the human body, all the jobs for human body should be approximately 50%. Half the jobs in the world should be for about uh, half the jobs should be for people for vision or healthcare, clothing. You know, you might get things about your hair, or just anything about the human body jobs. At least 50%. It's on your hands, and then the other 50% could be about making things for people that are safe, like the road, the housing, and the trees, the cars, the shoes, and things like that. And good air, good oxygen. You'll be making nice um, places to walk. The gentleman is walking. Uh, you see, what we're I can tell from there's other people my neighborhood when we're walking, we should walk pretty good. There's a couple of things happening here. Some is the road itself. It's made for cars. People smoking cigarettes. When you, yeah, I can tell if you have some pain walking. When you were walking like this a little bit, I can tell there's some pain. This is me, Abdull Tarzi, okay? And I also, how I can tell is, here's me, Abdull Tarzi. A lot of my neighbors, most of my neighbors are doing well, but there are some folks that don't come out too much, and probably because the words have really harmed even though they were healthy, they're starting to harm people. Like the words cancer, TB, AIDS, those are not right, and those should be removed immediately. You can tell people's are not as happy, they're not as satisfied. We want to be happy, we want to be better, healthier. We can be, we're not smiling as much. Well, how could you, with the words corona, pandemic, and these started in 2020, but the thing is about the cancer, some of those words are TB, AIDS, and flu, cold. Some of those words are, you can start from like the year 600, or the year 500, the year 1200, the year 1300, 1500, medieval. This is the medieval. This is not true. This is the nicest neighborhoods, the nicest vehicles, the nicest people. You just saw them, one of them, and myself. This is the middle area where America, Canada, Afghanistan. I'm sorry, America, China, Afghanistan, Egypt. That's like the middle area. I think it's a very nice area here in the middle. The north would be a very nice area in the Russia and Canada, Germans, French there. And then the south area is probably Brazilian area in Australia, Central Africa or South Africa, approximately. But the middle area is pretty nice. If you were to do homes, the middle area of your house is good. Okay, if I were to do this a human body, the middle area is still pretty good. Here's my middle area. That's still pretty good. Okay. Like if I do the post office, I would say the middle area of this post office is approximately right here. Number 5, 6, and 13 in here. Approximately. That's still not bad. That's pretty good. Now we can't say that in this area there's going to be some problems from a medical perspective or anywhere. So that's something we're trying to see. We got to stop that. The mid area is actually pretty good. On the street, a lot of times the mid section is probably one of the cleanest. Like if I was to start from walking right there, okay, and then I walk all the way to the end there, okay, the middle area, so I'm walking right now, I would say, let me see where the middle area is. Approximately right here. Right about here. The middle area is pretty nice. This is pretty good. So that's what I'm saying. The middle area is pretty cool. There's a car that just left. That was parked here. The middle area is still It's pretty nice. It's probably right here. This is a good area. There's homes right there. You can see more in my area. Nice homes here. Huh? So, and all areas of this area is about equal. Towards the end there, there's some flowers. Here in the middle, there's some nice trees there. So there's a nice homes, and there's a big tree at the end of there. You see that? So the middle section of the world is probably decent. It's pretty nice, and a lot of the street I'm looking at is very similar. A lot, especially in this area, a lot of housing are very similar from one end to another. Now you might get some areas that are a little bit more nicer than others. You know, some, you know, I mean, that's really that's your really up to you. What areas of the home area you might like. Now, for me, I like to relax here and sit down here. This is close to my house, but you know, what I mean. So, what else I talking about? Yeah, I was talking about the how we can be a little bit more nicer to people, how it can be use better words in about people. You can how you can in the medical field and in job education. You have used some things like health, kindness, peace. People smiling, people happy, people care for each other. Those are type of words. A lot of the packages today use words. A lot of places, a lot of, like Amazon brings you a lot of packages, or the post office, and TV, and some people in your family. We're starting to use very good words about the environment, about people. We are trying to use healthy people, or how you're happier with people, how your family is doing. My family has 4 people inside living in this house. There's this generally for like 3-4 people homes, but it's relatively smaller areas here. These homes. Oh, so we gotta find better words. I want to use better words. I, I think it's very very possible. It's not. I think you can do it. I also in television I've noticed that there's different types of jobs. And in your house you can't talk this much. That's why I left my house. In television there's some people that speak all the time, like a journalist. There's some actors that may speak, but there's also some actors that like to sit down. There's some actors that don't talk that much. In your home, it's the same thing. In a school or a job, it's the same thing. I like to myself. I like to see myself a little bit more quiet sometimes, and not speak so much, and smile, or have some acting. The problem is they need to. In my home, I can do it, but outside they need to give me some more people. My next residential place, so I can sometimes listen. There's a guy that comes out here. He talks a lot. I thought I speak a lot. He talks a lot more. He speaks a lot more, and then I'm able to listen. Um, but they are very nice people. The neighborhood is very, very, very nice. So I mean, the fact is, when people we're doing very well, it's probably also we need to make a new system. We probably had to make a better system. Um, Coming outside to walk. Here's me right here, uh, right here, walking. I have basically I have my own cell phone, and I'm doing uh, all the video. This is a pretty nice phone, but I expect to get a nice video. Is one day I start videoing more places. I hope. So I want to go walk there, but it's that way. Straight ahead, I'm going to walk a little bit towards my home, but my neighbors are very, very nice people. My neighbors, I saying, have very good families here. They always kind. They all say hi, and they all generally they always have good children. I missed it. That lady right there, for example, she would say hi to me. Right? I just missed her right there. She always says hi to me. Let me just show you how they pick up the post office, and then you just walk. So you just walk. Anyway, so it's pretty easy. Yeah, but so I mean, people are able to come outside and get their post in my office, right, and walk around a little bit in the neighborhood like that. Some. I mean, what else I can say is the people have pretty good homes here. I've got, my neighbors are doing pretty good. There's a George here. He's like 80 years old, but nobody's gives him his real age. But he's doing very well. He comes outside, walks around, works in the garage, all smiling. He never anything negative. He's always positive. You see, most people are always positive. So he's right here. He's right here somewhere. There's some other folks right here. There's a lady here named Trish. She's very nice. I saw. But that's the thing is, she's going to work, say, for the city of Irvine. But what I'm saying is that people who have really good jobs as well. Here's a couple older. I live with some older folks. There's some older folks here. That's probably because there's an older community here. A lot of these folks are a little older, and the children, the younger folks like myself, they need they establish things for younger people. They establish things for older people. The medium age has established some things for us well. Like for example, age 1 to 20, 1 to 25, really 1 to 25 for adults. Children, 1 to 25 children, and maybe 25 to 50 young folks, young adults. Adult is at 25 to 50, 50, 75 adults, young adults still. There's still young adults in the middle, 50, 75. When I get 50, 75, you better not give me old like the ones I've seen recently. You better give me young. Now, I expect to be young, 25, 50, 50, 75, for sure. Even 75 to 100, I expect to have good skin like mine. You see that? Good skin. I'm only about 40 years old. Nice skin. I expect like that till 100. Only at 100 years old, you are considered old. Okay, OLD. Now, you see how I'm very nice. I'm able to walk very nicely. I expect that for age 1 to 100. I really do. We want to see the more farther I come from my community, the easier my speech is. Because you can't talk that well on television. Let's get some Brad Pitt or some actress, some Tom Cruise to talk right by your house. I had to talk in front of my house. Let me get some actors and other public, like 10% of the public community. A woman from Afghanistan, a man from Germany, a girl from America, a man from Russia. 10% at least should be our actors. Like myself, actors are very, very, what do I sound to say? They're very intelligent. I didn't know how intelligent this Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise really is. Once I started speaking, they seem to be more intelligent than I thought they were. There's a lot of information that they probably know. So let's see if we can get some other folks, about 1 in 10, to discuss all this information. Who else? Get us this information for men and women, because there's a lot of information. Okay, now the average people are also very, very good. The average person you can do it too. It's just like a skill, like driving a car or being a teacher. Hi. She just waved to me. That's very good for myself. What I'm saying is, the skills are there. The people are nice, and what we're trying to do is make it some kind of system where everybody's happy. It's not that difficult. Like I said, okay, you got 10 fingers. What I would do is, one of your fingers, like entertainment, actors, and things like that, discussion. At least one. They have to act and get the whole world, 10% to be excited about the world. Another 10% is just entertained by your house. So you probably have like 20% in hobbies. Now let's see, this my neighbor, that's the one. She always waves. That's not the one. She won't wave. But they always wave to me. She's also nice. What I'm saying is, this has got to be the easy. This is the most easiest thing in the world. To get some a public. I mean, I don't know about money. That's gonna be handled later. But you know what I mean. A true act. I mean, a good actor and professional. You don't work for a cash. It's the same thing with a good shoemaker or a good landscaper. A good person that landscapes or gardener. You don't even work for cash. Somebody that's really good in the human body. My doctors doesn't even care about money. When I went to the good doctors, a good dentist recently, they didn't even care about money. Yeah, you'll get money eventually. I think we're gonna make a new system, but they don't even care about money. So what I'm saying is you gotta basically we gotta make some system that's really nice for people. You gotta make a safer system. So here's me walking. Basically, a lot of the actors have the walking and sitting down, standing, laying down, and they also a lot of them got that going. When it's acting, we can increase their roles. We can increase the roles of acting. I can increase it. Hi. So for a good actor, we can increase the roles. We can definitely increase the roles for a good actor. The role of a good acting can increase. You see, how come I'm not here? The good acting roles could increase. That's what I'm working on. Action requires the good roles to increase. Here's a guy driving, and it's hard to drive a car. Walking is really nice. Myself, in my community, I've never been afraid in my community at all. Now there are a lot of cars here. I'm afraid if some car can hit a person, but other than that, I'm not worried that much. What I was going to say about entertainers and acting or speaking roles like this, that can increase. Alright, so another way to do it is, let's say you have 10 things in the world, okay? Positive things. From acting to all that stuff I just mentioned, entertainment. See, there's a car right there, it's pretty large. But we have to be careful on those vehicles. Because when they come to your area, they could be a little bit dangerous. If I'm walking here, especially, see how if I walk here, I could be, or there's the kids that sometimes play here, the car could come and hit you real good. And we gotta be careful of this. It's not good. See that? Car can hit you. And basically, it's like between man and a car, there's also a problem. There's always a problem. Like when you're walking, one of the things you'll do is, as a person, if you walk a long time and you don't drive, you don't have a license, one of the problems is between man and woman and children, you and the car always have problems. You could get hit by a car, you could be scared by a vehicle, the driver, and sometimes I feel it's not our fault because the car is so large. But if you're a driver and you have a license, then that you care about the driving. You care about yourself and the driving. A person walking, no, don't worry, this is for everybody. This could be for acting, for doctors, for healthcare, for DMV, for the people that make rules and laws for your city. But what I'm saying is a person that's walking like myself, okay? Here I'm walking. I'm a good walker. For a person like myself, the road is, sometimes I feel that this is my road. They have my road for walking for the car, and sometimes I'm in competition with the car and me, and I don't have a license, so I feel very good. She's got a car, and I'm walking. That's my neighbor too. She's a nice lady, but all I'm saying is that you see that. Let me see. Okay, so I'm walking like this, like that. I am actually putting this on myself for as I walk. This camera, this camera I'm putting for you guys, but I'm putting it for you. I've got it on my to show how easy it is to walk. Now, the walking part is easy. It's just a large car like this can hit you, but basically, this car can hit a human. As you're walking here, the car can hit you. And what I look at is, a lot of us can't walk right here. This is too small. Look at that. It's too small. Would you look at that? This is just the curb. I'm supposed to walk here on the curb only, okay? And that's too small. The road is a large road for the cars. See that? There's a beautiful car right there. That's a nice car right there. That's beautiful. BMW. Now, I don't mind a car. Like I said, oh wow, there's a car. Here's a dog. But I don't think the dog, having seen the dog, if a dog comes after you and hits you, it's not as dangerous as a car hitting you. But again, that's just I don't know. Again, that's just my mind. In your mind, you might think that, hey, if the car hits me going 40 miles an hour, I'm gonna be dead. I'm gonna be finished. Going 50 miles, 60 miles an hour. Well, that's what I'm saying. This road can feel really good for walking people, and you gotta also make it feel good if there's cars. You gotta make it feel good for cars, for both, for car drivers. You gotta find a way where both the car people and also the person walking, both can be comfortable and happy. Anyway, so my name is Abdull Tarzi. I'm just going over the information. I'm going over this information because you need the information. The fact is, here's a bus. There's a nice cars. We should have one. Everybody should walk. How are you, Solomon? Where are you going? Going to the store. You want to go? No, a little bit later. I'll be careful. Watch this one tonight. Huh? We're going to watch the video tonight. All right. My brother wants to watch some of my videos. That's wonderful. I bet you in the world, a lot of folks can be doing this, and you can help me do this. At least, but I mean, I probably need like 10% people of the whole world to work on this, or even 20% to work on these type of issues. 2 out of 10 on the TV part alone, because actors are wonderful, but you gotta show your community. For this house to be developed right, you gotta show your community. Like for that lady to walk right, you have to show your community. Saw me, oh wow, there's a big dog right there. Large dog. So what I'm saying is, what about here I can discuss the dog sometimes. The dog seems a little bit afraid of people because we have we have a good earth. And the dog basically wants to live, by itself, maybe like an island, Australia, something like that. That's what I think, if it could speak. Human wants to live with people. We just got to give them some better work, better jobs, some cash. Now, I've never made any money off this. No money myself. but the actors are, like I said, they're very talented. Education people. This is education. This is like a teacher in acting, and also like a professor. Well, like it's like a doctor speaking as well in some way. You don't give nothing to the folks like that if you don't have your own business, or if you don't have you don't apply to their jobs. There's no jobs ever right here. You basically, well, that's the thing. I don't, what we had to do is, if you have, well, we got to discuss that later about that stuff. Anyway, so here's my nice, the good area here. There's the car right there. There's nice cars. Okay, so there's a nice little community here. I'm gonna go straight today. It's easier. Wow, it's 30 minutes. That's a long time. Okay. I then will go straight ahead, straight that way. This is right by my house. See how the car, I don't know what the answer is for that vehicle. These are beautiful cars and they go pretty fast. It just depends. It all depends. All I know is, when I'm walking, as a person, I feel really good. Okay, I feel wonderful. And when you're driving a vehicle, as that person, you feel wonderful. You feel good. So basically, it's the action, the type of action you're doing, and what you're doing. That's when you are at your healthiest. If you're doing some action and speaking, you're at your healthiest. Right now, in my opinion, I'm in my healthiest because I can speak and I can do an action like walking, and I can be on television. This is when I'm probably in my healthiest. I have a good age right now, approximately 40 years old. But our human age is